like to get started, if we could, this evening. Before we get to the major part of our program, I'd like Sergeant Carl Baumer to explain Operation Click.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Operation Click is something that is new to Hoffman Estates this year. We have the president of Operation Click here, Sean McGrath from Crystal Lake Police Department. I'm going to let him speak more on the topic, but basically Operation Click has allowed Hoffman Estates and Conant High Schools to join the program this year. I can speak briefly on how they're doing, which is excellent. We have Taylor Wood from Hoffman Estates High School, who's leading the SAD group from that end. A number of kids have jumped on board and really gotten involved with it. They are over a 90% seatbelt rate since we've introduced this program at the school, which is outstanding. Conant is right there too at just over 90% as well after two of the seatbelt survey. So they're both doing fantastic jobs. And actually, Conant, don't hate me, Taylor, but Conant just crushed with contracts this year. Really responded. We had over 500 students, juniors and seniors, and I think Sean can attest that's a lot of contracts signed. So first year, it's been terrific. Sean, you want to explain more of Operation Click?
Thank you, Sergeant Baumer. First off, I'd like to introduce a few of our board members. In the back, we have Jason Weisberger with Walmart, Kathy Phelan with Advocate Good Shepherd Hospital, Kathy Gaza with First Midwest Bank, and Sandy Keck with Northwest Herald and La Conquistador. Really, the partnership with Hoffman Estates and Operation Click was kind of a no-brainer. Sergeant Baumer's been working with Operation Click for a couple of years to bring this program to this community. And based on the history that the Hoffman Estates Police Department has had in traffic safety, this was a natural fit between Hoffman Estates and Operation Click. And to see these numbers with the students in the 90% range buckling up already just goes to show what their department has done with the teens in the community. So we're happy to see those numbers, and we're not surprised. So I guess that's a good thing. How the program works is the teams buckle up. They sign contracts at the start of the school year, which is what he mentioned with the 500 contracts at Conant. Those are great numbers for the first year. You're from Hoffman Estates High School, so you got your work cut out for you to get the students to get more contracts signed. And that's what we want. We want a rivalry between the high schools. That's why we like to establish these chapters where there is that rivalry. I mean, I've gone into high schools before where one high school is doing really good with their football team, and the other high schools isn't. But that other high school is doing good with their contracts, so it gives them something to brag about, and, a little bit of a competition between the two. They sign contracts at the start of the year, and we do 4 surveys throughout the year, and if your school at the end of those 4 surveys is 90 and 94.9% compliant, we pull 1 contract from all the contracts turned in. If you're 95 to 100%, then we pull 2 contracts. As long as they follow the terms of the contract, they have to wear their seatbelt times, they cannot have any moving violations, they cannot have any alcohol offenses, and they cannot have any discipline issues at the school. We're asking a lot for a team. We understand that. But those teams who are the finalists have a shot of winning a car, free and clear. Dan Marquardt from Marquardt of Barrington, Buick GMC. Dan has graciously donated the car for this chapter. The car is outside and it's a beautiful car. That is a substantial donation on the part of Marquardt of Barrington. So those finalists will be at the Sears Center on April 24th. Let's say there's 6 finalists among 3 schools. There's 6 keys in a bowl. Whichever student starts that car, they just won the car free and clear. That's how the program works. And this is a program we've been doing for years. This is not something new. It started in Crystal Lake. We're now in our 11th year. So we try to expand the program a little bit more every year to reach out to more students. And frankly, working with the Hoffman Estates Police Department has been nothing short of simple. So we're really glad to see that too. So that's basically the summary of the program.
How many cars are we giving away, or Operation Click giving away at your center this year?
There'll be 6 cars given away on April 24th.
2 of them coming from
Marquardt Barrington's donating 2 of them. They're donating the Hoffman State chapter, which is Hoffman, Conant, Elk Grove, and also the Barrington chapter, which is Barrington, Lake Zurich, and Friend. So, but 6 cars will be given away that night, right here at Hoffman Estates.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
I want to thank the members of Operation Click and our police department for urging the involvement of our community, and that's a great program. We also want to honor someone who helps make the program work as well as it's going to work. 6 cars, that's amazing. the beautiful Sears Center in Hoffman Estates. Do have some official business to do here. We appreciate your generosity. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas Operation Click is run by members of Students Against Drunk Driving and was developed to reward fellow students for making the right decisions while operating their vehicles. Whereas both Hoffman Estates High School and James B. Conant High School participate in Operation Click by inviting juniors and seniors to sign contracts stating that they will obey all traffic laws, wear their seatbelts at all times, and never drink and drive. Whereas 229 students at Hoffman Estates High School and 583 students at James B. Conant High School signed contracts for the 2009-2010 school year. Whereas in order to motivate students to adhere to their contracts, Dan Marquardt of Barrington Buick GMC generously donated a new vehicle as a grand prize that will be awarded in a drawing from the pool of students that signed contracts in Operation Click. Whereas thanks to Dan Marquardt's generosity, students at Hoffman Estates and Conant High Schools have been motivated to practice safe driving daily, developing safe driving habits that will last students a lifetime and will positively impact the rest of the community. Whereas it is because of individuals like Dan Marquardt who recognize the importance of educating our students in all facets of life that the Village of Hoffman Estates continues to produce outstanding young citizens. Be it therefore resolved that I, William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim Friday, February 12, 2010 as Dan Marquardt Day in the Village of Hoffman Estates. Dan, congratulations. Thank you. Say a few words.
Well, I was not briefed on this, but until a few moments ago by Carl, Officer Baumer, which I have to give kudos to him. He's been an outstanding advocate of the program, and so much of the program's success not only lies on the faculty, but also the police department. And one reason that we are such strong vocal advocates of the program is because it's unique. It's unique because it ties in, it's a grassroots program that ties in the business community, government from the aspects of, obviously, the mayor and Hoffman, which that's not the case in all the communities, but that's wonderful here. But the law enforcement community, the business community, all around one common focus, and that's kids' safe driving habits and saving kids' lives. And it's a wonderful program. And I've seen, when I first was invited to see the successes of the program out in Crystal Lake via Sean and the board from Operation Click, it was shocking to see the incredible success that this program has had. The one school, and I probably have the statistics off a little bit, Sean may be able to correct me on this, but I saw McHenry West High School, and I think it was at 65% seatbelt usage at the beginning of the year, and it ended at about, I think it was 97% at the end of the year. So over a 30% increase of seatbelt usage. And that's remarkable. There are a lot of other programs out there. I know the state police has a program. This program works. It's effective. It has an incentive for kids, and it really ties communities together to work together for a common good to save kids' lives. And so we're honored to be a part of it, and honored to be honored. And and obviously none of this could happen without Sean, Officer McGrath, and the board, and they're all volunteers. They do this out of the goodness of their heart for a common good to help kids. And so I just ask you to give all of them a round of applause too.
We thank you, Dan. This is a great partnership between not-for-profit organization, business, and government. And that's what it really takes to make a community as outstanding as ours has the good fortune to be. But thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.